and welcome to our show, The Neighborhood. Right across the Hudson River from New York City lies a very special neighborhood, Hoboken. It's about community, family, and tradition. Some like to call it a big city with a small town heart. Today we are going to meet the locals, learn about the community, and learn all about the traditions that Hoboken holds so close to their heart. Today we are going to see it all. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss a thing. Here at Lisa's Italian Deli. And if you could be here right now and smelling the aromas, this is the real deal right here, okay? And we actually have Tony Lisa, that's right, the owner of Lisa's Italian Deli, here today to give us some secret scoops about his deli. Let's check it out.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, how are you doing, Tony?
Very good, thank you. Welcome to Hoboken.
It is so great to be here.
And welcome to Lisa Deli.
Love it.
We are here since 1971. So my brother and I grew up, and we said, Ma, since she was doing cooking every day, it's something different. Lasagna one day, sausage, peppers and onions another day, meatballs. I said, Ma, why don't we open up the kitchen in the back?
Yeah.
Since the food is so great. So my brother and I took over, and we started changing some great food, great sandwiches. I said, what I like, the people are gonna like it.
So that is how Lisa's Italian Deli came to be.
Yes, it used to be a grocery store, and then with the change, we made a great kitchen, sandwiches, wraps, panini, you name it.
Now this is true, authentic Italian cuisine at its finest here. Now, you are Hoboken, I know you're from Italy, so it doesn't get more authentic than that, but you consider Hoboken, obviously, you pretty much were raised here, and that's pretty much your home. Tell me a little bit about Hoboken and your idea of how it all came together.
Well, Hoboken used to be all families, used to be all immigrants, came from Italy. We had a lot of factories, so a woman didn't know how to speak English. The first job you could have got to the factory, sewing, was very easy for them how to get jobs. And the men, of course, we had a longshoremen, we had boats coming from Europe, from all over. And the men used to get jobs there. They didn't have to speak English, just labor. And that's what Hoboken was. Completely Germans, Irish, and Italians.
How did Hoboken come about?
Hoboken came about 1700 probably. A young man from New York named Stevens. He used to be in New York and he saw this little beautiful little town, empty. Little mountains, little hills up. He says, I want to buy and I want to have my vacation home there. And that's what he did.
So the whole neighborhood of Hoboken, which is 1 mile altogether, was actually his home.
His land, and he built a castle at the highest point of Hoboken. A beautiful castle watching all New York.
Wow, and Hoboken probably does have some of the best views out of any neighborhood.
Well, they say you want to see New York, go to Jersey.
What's the most gratifying thing about having this place? And obviously it's been passed generation to generation. What's the most gratifying thing about having Lisa's Italian Deli?
It's the most beautiful experience that I had, the most beautiful thing that everybody recognizes you. The most beautiful thing that everybody knows. After 40 years, they come back here with kids and they say, that's what I used to come and have a sandwich here.
You are also known as the mozzarella boss here in Hoboken. So I was hoping maybe you could show us some techniques on making mozzarella.
Well, I could show you some technique if you have time.
Yeah.
And then you're going to taste it and you're going to say definitely it's the best.
All right, Tony, we are making fresh mozzarella.
This is a curd, dried milk. We cut it, we shred it, and we put a hot water. Let it stay for a few minutes, and then I try to work it out and make it nice and smooth. And of course, everybody makes mozzarella, but this is different.
Because you're the boss.
It's made with love. See the way it changed?
Yeah.
From before to now, different texture.
This water is just like boiling or
boiling water.
Boiling water.
With a pinch of salt.
A pinch of salt.
And this is what they call a twist of mozzarella.
Wow.
I drop it in a cold water. This way it doesn't get flat and it stays the same. We make little pockets. We fill it in with sun-dried tomatoes, either roasted peppers or olives or butter. We let it cool off a little bit. We put a string on. Once they dry, we hang them. And you cut it as a table cheese.
Oh, wow.
When you cut it, everything comes out. Yes, yes.
And you got, your braiding is down. Better than mine.
Okay.
That's great.
And if I don't put it in the cold water, see how flat it's going to flatten it out? The cold water makes it.
And it just holds it.
Yes.
This is amazing.
After 15, 20 minutes, ready to eat. Even now you could eat, but it's nice and soft. And when you cut everything.
That is fresh mozzarella from the boss. That's right, the mozzarella boss of Hoboken. Thank you so much,
And now
Tony.
we're going to taste. No,
Yeah, we gotta taste it. We gotta taste it.
Okay. And this is juicy.
Got the approval?
Mm.
All right, let's try it.
A little sun-dried tomato, no, a little roasted peppers, tomato on top.
You really are the boss. That has like flavor to it. Usually when I love mozzarella, but this has like some really special flavor to it. Like really
Soft inside.
fresh. This is where it's at, okay? Tony knows how to make the mozzarella. Perfect texture, perfect taste, perfect seasoning, and most importantly, made with love. Thanks so much, Tony.
Like this.
We are here at the Hobart Gallery with Liz Cohen, one of the founders of this gallery. Now, you are dedicated to showcasing local artists' work, and this is absolutely amazing. Tell me, how did this all begin?
Well, way back in 2001, I realized that the one thing Hoboken lacked was a gallery where local artists could show their work. And at that point in time, Hoboken was a really thriving artist community. But we're delighted now to have this permanent home at the Monroe Center.
Oh, and it's a great home, definitely, and it's right in the heart of Hoboken. Liz, what is the most rewarding thing about being a part of this gallery and founding it for local artists?
I think the most rewarding thing is that art is a way to bring understanding to the entire community and allowing local artists to showcase their work and share their knowledge and their passion with members of the community is incredibly rewarding. The second most rewarding part of it is that I help artists to grow in their own work. We have artist talks, we have discussions about our work, we have critiques where artists can listen to other professionals talk about their work. And that's a way to help artists, even well-established professional artists. It's a way for us to keep fresh and to grow and be inspired in our own work.
Tell me a little bit about your background, because several of these pieces here Liz has done, and they're amazing.
Well, I've been an artist since I was 7 years old. My second grade teacher noticed something in me, and she gifted me with my first set of watercolor paints.
Aww.
And as the saying goes, the rest was history. I was hooked.
And what do you enjoy most about being a Hoboken resident?
I love Hoboken because it's the best of both worlds. We're really a mini borough of Manhattan because we're right across the river from New York City. It's about 15 minutes away. So we have this huge, vibrant metropolis very close by, and yet the block where I live in Hoboken is like a small town.
This is actually one of your pieces.
It is indeed.
I'd love to hear more about it.
Well, all of the work in this show, which is called Passport to Understanding, is based on a technique that comes from West Africa. It's called reverse glass painting, because all of the work is done on the reverse or back side of the glass.
Oh.
So the process is to draw first, then paint, and the actual image is shown through the front.
Well, thank you so much, Liz. I know we have a lot more to check out, so we will be back with more very soon.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can stop these IRS actions. The Tax Doctor will work with you using our years of experience to represent your case to help you get the best resolution under the IRS guidelines. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. We've handled thousands of cases, so we know what we're doing. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a Tax Doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
Attention Medicare recipients. The Inogen One Portable Oxygen Concentrator may now be available at little or no cost to you. Call 800-508-0945 to order yours today. Inogen oxygen concentrators are portable and make oxygen from the air around you. They're light, quiet, and battery operated to go everywhere you go. And we have a full line of portable oxygen units to fit a wide range of budgets. If you're on Medicare, you may even qualify to get your Inogen unit at little or no cost to you. Go back to joining friends for the breakfast special, make spending time with the grandkids easier, or start attending your religious services again. Call Inogen now for a free information kit and a free no-obligation consultation on our complete line of affordable portable oxygen products. And anyone on Medicare or with eligible insurance plans may qualify to get an Inogen One at little or no cost. Call 800-508-0945. That's 800-508-0945.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. Call right now for your free book, and as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today.
Call 800-590-8551.
We are here with Bob Foster, Director of the Historical Museum of Hoboken. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thanks for stopping by.
It is a pleasure to be here. Now, you have actually just opened up a brand new exhibit here. Hoboken is famous for a lot of things, but Sinatra is something that really paints the town. Could you tell us a little bit more about this new exhibit?
Sure. Our program is that we do changing exhibits throughout the year, but right now we just opened up with our new Frank Sinatra exhibit. It's titled Frank Sinatra, the Man, the Voice, and the Fans.
Love
and
it.
it's kind of an overview of his career, his connections to Hoboken, and why he's important to us today. It is the 100th anniversary of his birth, so it seemed like the right thing to do. Timing is everything.
Definitely, and I can see how Frank Sinatra could be from such a wonderful town like Hoboken. It's fun, it's got personality, but it's got that New Jersey charm too. I love it. What did Sinatra think of Hoboken?
It's kind of a leading question. If you were growing up in Hoboken in the 1920s and 30s, which was Frank's era, and if you were Italian, you were kind of at the low end of the economic strata. So Frank, not only his family was poor, But not only that, there was a lot of discrimination, a lot of tension between different groups in town. And the Italians, again, were kind of receiving a lot of discrimination. So many times he reflects on early Hoboken as not the best years.
How did this museum come about?
That's a long story, but basically a group of us who were newcomers to Hoboken in the 1980s really fell in love with the town, literally. We just loved the town and just saw that things are changing, and a museum is a way to sort of introduce people, old timers and new timers, to the history of the town. So we do changing exhibits so that this year, if you come, it'll be Frank Sinatra. We'll be leaving the exhibit up a little longer, but if you came other times, you would see a completely new exhibit. We're not supported by the local city government financially. We get outside grants from the state, and we put a lot of time into fundraising. So it's not a sure thing, but every year we do increase our budget and do new programming. We do a lot of events that you might not normally think of. We do an heirloom tomato tasting festival. We do art exhibits in the upper gallery. We do house tours, garden tours. So even though our physical space is small, we're bigger through all these community events.
You have a lot here. It's not, I mean, Sinatra is amazing. You could have just Sinatra, but there's even more here at the Historical Museum of Hoboken. Can you share with us?
We do art exhibits, generally local artists who are interpreting Hoboken. Those exhibits change every 6 weeks. Generally a reception for that and a lecture connected with it. And the best way to really connect with the museum is to check our website, hobokenmuseum.org. You can register and get emails, and there's generally 1 or 2 events every week.
That's great. There's so much to do here. Now, Hoboken is famous for a lot of things. We've got Sinatra, but you also have 2 other huge things that you like to mention too.
We're very proud that the 1954 film On the Waterfront, which won, I believe, 7 Academy Awards, was shot here entirely in Hoboken.
Marlon Brando.
Definitely. It's a great story. And one of the great things we're proud of is that generally no sets were used for that film. It was shot all on location. So when we did an exhibit on that topic a few years ago, we said On the Waterfront, starring Hoboken, New Jersey. But it has a great cast, a great story, a great sub-story. And we actually do a walking tour where you can visit different sites, that were used in that film. And then, of course, we always are very proud of our early baseball years. We have a game that was played here June 19th, 1846. So that's a long time ago. It actually precedes the games that are lauded in Cooperstown, New York. And we actually have a Hoboken vintage baseball team that tours the state, the Hoboken 9, and plays with some of the original rules.
And you sponsor them.
We do. Hoboken has changed a lot, and we're just trying to make things accessible to the newcomers to Hoboken as the old-timers. We see ourselves as a bridge from those 2 parts of the community.
Is there one thing that you hope that someone who, whether it be a local or a visitor, takes away from their experience here at the museum?
Well, we'd like people to know that there's a very rich history of Hoboken. This year we are featuring Frank Sinatra, which we've actually never really done before.
Wow.
And so I think we want people to know Frank Sinatra was from Hoboken, spent the first 21 years of his life here, which are formidable years, the time that you're influenced the most. But there is a overall very rich history of Hoboken. We're close to New York, but we have our own identity also.
You definitely do. Thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure to meet you, and I can't wait to check out everything here. If you are in Hoboken and you want to learn about the rich history that this neighborhood has, make sure to come visit Bob here at the Historical Museum of Hoboken.
The one, the only, Magnifico the Magnificent. He will do the super back and forth, up and down, triple somersault. The only such somersault done anywhere, by anyone in any place in the world. And there he goes. He made it. What a man. Say, but there's Joe the Schmo. He doesn't look very happy about the whole thing. He's going to try the super somersault, too. And better be careful, Joe. And there he goes, and... Joe says no. But why, Joe? Joe says no again. Oh, Joe, you schmo! Don't be a schmo, Joe, be in the know, Joe. Religion and race just don't count in this place. So be in the know, Joe, wherever you go, Joe. Remember that, Joe, you won't fall on your face.
Avi, that mozzarella was amazing. Hoboken has a lot of great food options. I don't even know, can it get any better than that?
Yeah, we're going to check out now the Antique Bakery, one of Hoboken's last remaining wholesale bread bakeries, where they still bake using a coal-burning brick oven.
Wait a minute, that's the door?
That's the door.
All right, come on, let's head on into Bread Paradise here in Hoboken. We are here with Avi, the master of Hoboken food. Now you took us back here because this is a Hoboken, kind of like a landmark. Tell me a little bit where we're at right now.
Yeah, this is one of Hoboken's last remaining wholesale bread bakeries, where they still bake using a coal-burning brick oven. And we know that this oven dates back at least into the 1930s, if not earlier.
Wow, and there used to be a ton here in Hoboken, but now this is one of the last remaining spots.
Yeah, when I first moved to Hoboken in the mid-1980s, there were 4, and now there were 2 of them remaining.
Now, you started your own Hoboken food tour because there is tons of choices here. So that's pretty much why visitors come here. They want good food, they go to you, Avi. Tell me, what inspired you to create this tour?
About 7 years ago, I was helping out with the Hoboken Garden Tour, and it was a beautiful day. We had about 500 people. That's when I figured it would be a good time to start the Hoboken food tour. And we've been doing it for about 7 years, every Saturday, year-round.
And it's completely packed. I mean, what can visitors expect? You do it every Saturday, packed, so make sure to get your tickets early.
Yeah.
What do you do on these tours? I mean, we've gotten our own personal one, but what do you do with everyone?
We go to about 7 or 8 places. We try to go to places that are a little bit off the beaten track, places that have been family-owned, where there's a good chance you'll run into the owner.
What's the best part about your job?
These are all places I shopped at before I started the food tour, and I know they're great, and they're very hospitable. You won't need to buy lunch that day.
It must be a great hookup for you because you can get this great food guaranteed on a weekly basis.
Eat it all the time.
And these are all your favorite spots, I'm
Yes,
guessing.
absolutely.
Well, this is really great. If there's one thing that you hope to leave guests with other than a full stomach with great food, what would it be on your tours?
I just hope that they get a great appreciation for the town. You know, we talk a little bit about the history, about the architecture. The full title is actually the Hoboken Food and Culture Tour. So we try to give you a bit of both.
Avi, this has been an incredible tour. Thank you so much for taking us on it. And there is no better way to end today other than with Hoboken's finest food eateries. So I say we break some bread. That's right. Break it up. And here's to Hoboken. Make sure that if you want some fun, charm, tradition, and a true neighborhood sense, you gotta come to Hoboken. We'll see you next time on The Neighborhood.